What's going to happen November 1st if they're not?
Well, right now, 45% of New York City firefighters are unvaccinated. I don't think many have actually gone to get vaccinated. The department says about 140 have shown up in the last few days. That's firefighters, fire officers, EMS, and civilians. So the number of actual firefighters that's shown up is going to be pretty small. I think the line is in the sand. We're not going to cross it. I think what's going to happen on November 1st is that they're going to have to close down 30 to 40% of the firehouses in New York City.
You think they're going to follow through with it? Do you think they realize this?
Well, on Friday, when they're tallying the numbers of who complied and who didn't, they're going to be faced with the stark reality that they're going to have to close firehouses down. And there's no other way to do it. There's just not the manpower, the staffing just is not there. There's no way to do it. And the response times are going to go through the roof. We're just not going to be able to get to the emergencies in time. Fires are going to burn longer. Heart attack victims are going to be laying on the floor longer for us to get there. People in stuck elevators are going to be stuck there for hours, if not days.
So there are 7,000 EMS firefighters and civilian members who are not vaccinated. The department indicated that excessive shortages exist, as you just mentioned. So if you have an option to retire rather than get vaccinated, will you retire with full pay?
Absolutely. Well, it's not a full pay; it's a half pay retirement. But I spoke to the retirement office yesterday, and they said they're definitely seeing an uptick in the number of retirements.
So that's
normally the volume they get in a month, they've received in 2 days.
So what if people just want to leave and, while you guys work this out, they want to get other jobs? Can you?
We have a negotiation session with the city today, but if it follows the teacher's deal, if you want to continue your employment with the city, you can't get another job. They basically want to force you to go out without money.
What about the exemption option?
We were told that there will be medical exemptions and religious exemptions. We were also told that they'll be highly scrutinized and very unlikely. The religious exemption is going to be held to the standard, which is as per the needs of the department. And the department needs you vaccinated according to them. So they can basically waive any religious exemption. We expect them to do that.
How do you feel about all this?
So there is no crisis related to COVID in the FDNY. It's an absolute fallacy. Right now, the FDNY is losing 2 to 3 firefighters dying every month due to 9/11 related cancer, and they're doing nothing about it. Right? There's a mandate from the state that every firefighter, every New York City employee gets 4 hours off in order to get a cancer screening, and this was from 2018. The FDNY has refused to give firefighters that time off to get screening. We're losing 2 to 3 firefighters a month, and they refuse to comply with a state mandate to let us get cancer screening. But now they want to force a mandate on firefighters that showed up for 20 months and got sick to get a vaccine that most of them, the vast majority, do not need because they've already been sick. There is no crisis. Months ago, the mayor had his parade to say this is over. As far as we're concerned, it's over. It's not a pandemic anymore. It's not an emergency. COVID is here to stay. It will always claim a life here and there. But firefighters have been through 3 waves of this, and it's no longer an issue for us. And members need to have a choice. They need a choice.
The whole country, the whole world's been through enough. Why you act like a tough guy demanding 100% compliance with a vaccine that's 9 months old?
That we understand that there are antibodies for people that are previously infected. There is no question about it. We have members that were sick 2 weeks ago that are being told as soon as your symptoms are over, you have to get vaccinated. That goes entirely against the science. There are studies coming out every day that say it's not necessary. The CDC said you had a 90-day window after an active infection where you did not need the vaccine, and they're not changing it based on science. They're changing it based on politics.
On the New York Times, you see how good things are in almost every state in the country outside Minnesota. They don't want to let this go. I don't understand it. It's not up to them to decide about our health. And guess what? How soon, in your view, Andrew, until they mandate boosters or you're not vaccinated? How soon till they tell that 5 to 12-year-old you're not allowed to go to school until you're vaccinated? We already see cities now mandating the flu shot. You got to get the flu shot. You're not allowed to come to work. I mean, where's this going to stop? How come people can't see where this is heading?
I think a lot of people see where this is heading. New York City firefighters, New York City police officers, New York City correctional officers, sanitation workers, we all see where this is going. And that's why they're going to hold the line. On November 1st, the mayor is going to be faced with either sending us home or sticking to his guns. And his guns are going to get New York City residents killed.
It's like he's trying to destroy the city. Either he's emptying out Rikers Island, understaffing it, or now he is demoralizing the fire department and especially the police officers.
What you can do is ask people to support us. We've always supported New York City residents. I'm going to tell my members to go to work and stay there. At a moment's notice, you have to be ready to get on that rig. When this city goes into utter chaos on November 1st, be ready to pick up the pieces that the mayor causes.
So what's it going to mean? It means that on November 1st, the mayor and the commissioner will send home could be up to 45% of New York City Fire Department.